Hello. There you
Hey,
are again.
sir.
Nice to see you.
You
Okay,
too.
I just want to jump right into it. How did you get into the doubles, or how did you get into the field of work that you're in?
Well, I am a professional stunt woman. I'm also a stunt coordinator. And how I got in was I fell in. No, I'm just playing. So anyway,
That's a good one.
my
Ba-doom.
yeah, my ex-husband William Washington. He passed away last year. Rest in
My
peace. Uh,
condolences.
Thank you so much. He got me started in stunts, and how I got started was doing background work. First of all, working on Sean Connery's movie Presidio, and
Mhm.
I was doing background work, quite a bit of background work, and they needed a stunt person to sit on the Ferris wheel with a stunt man, and I'm like, I'll do it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? You know, you and I, we've always been adventurous,
Yes,
and
yes.
so they said there's a possibility that the camera might fall. And I go, okay. And the camera did fall, but he protected me. And so that's like a little bit of how I got into the stunt industry. And after that, do you know that my picture sat on someone's desk for over 10 years? And so then moving forward, my ex-husband, William Washington, he's the one that got me into stunts.
Really?
Yeah.
Years, girl? You never know, right? You never
No,
know.
you can't give up on your dreams, you know?
Yeah, because you never 10 years later, you might just be the hit. So,
That
okay, keep going. Like the stunts, you got into it. About what year was that, or around what
It was
time
in
was
the
that?
90s. It was in the mid 90s. Yeah, like 95, and then it went 96, 97, 98 was a booming year, and it just
Right.
kept going and going. And unfortunately, there was a young lady named Sonia Davis who had passed away on Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy. And
Oh,
doing,
yes.
yeah, she was doing a stunt and she was doing a high fall and she fell to her death. And so after that, and even before that, there was a need for black, stunt women, African American stunt women and women of color. And I
Mhm.
just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And everything just kind of aligned and fell in place the way that it should. Yeah.
Now, do you feel like over the years it has changed for us as women of color? Do you think that
Yeah.
like the young girls coming up right now actually have a better chance because of what you've done?
Yes, I do feel like women of color and especially African American women have a better chance at not only doing stunts and being a stunt double, but also being a stunt coordinator, which that's what I am. And when I started in my career, I started off as a stunt coordinator. I was
Mhm.
just blessed to be able to do that. But there are more opportunities now than ever. There's Marvel,
Beautiful.
the whole Marvel universe. We didn't have that. And
Right.
there's more Black characters in the Marvel universe. You've got Black
Mhm.
Panther. They're making a millions, gazillions, billions of dollars now. The average
Right.
stunt person starting off when I started was making about 30,000 a year. Now they're making about 50,000 to start off.
Ooh,
And then
wonderful.
yeah, it goes on. So yes, there are more opportunities, and I'm happy to have been a trailblazer and in the forefront of being somebody who made opportunities possible for other, stunt
Yeah,
performers of color. Yeah, I'm
they
happy about that.
that's beautiful. And there was a when I was in high school, I remember there weren't too many black kids in our school, and I
Mhm.
remember I had tried out to be a cheerleader. They didn't have
Mhm.
a dance program yet, and I tried out and I got it, and it was cool because I was the first black cheerleader in our school, and that's kind of crazy nowadays to think about
Yeah,
it, but I
yeah.
was, and I was, yay, I'm a cheerleader. And then the dance program actually opened up, and I was like, oh, I had to make a choice. So I went, for the dancing because that was my love. But yes, it's very interesting in this industry because we're both from California, or well, we, know this area. We work here, and it's just like,
Mhm.
we're all struggling. But I feel like women like yourself, it gives us an avenue for our younger ones coming up because then they see, a role model. They go, oh my goodness, look at her. I always wanted to do that, or I felt that way, and I think it's just beautiful what you're doing, and, passing it along to the younger generation coming
Yeah.
up.
And I also
Yeah.
have a mentoring program where I mentor, up and coming stunt performers and also those that are now working. I still mentor them. They have full access to me where they can call if they're on
Mhm.
set or if anything like that. I was the stunt coordinator on a Black Lady sketch show. And they
Mm,
afforded me the opportunity to bring in other performers of color so that they could get the qualifications and what they needed, because oftentimes you don't get those opportunities. So
right.
for me, I don't mind, assisting and helping and doing and being present and giving my knowledge. And I'm always just, you know how we roll, you know how
I
you and I, you know
know
how we do.
teach one. We always are reaching out, and I think it's lovely. I want to ask a little bit about your dancing background. How did you get started? What were you thinking about when you were a young girl, and what were your aspirations?
Wow. Thank you for asking that question. That's a really good question. When I was a young girl at the age of 3, I
Mhm.
thought I was the boss of everybody. So I always was that person, even as a young child, that had the tenacity to go for it. And my mother's the one that started me in the whole, acting and dancing. And I was one of the first African American children to be
Mhm.
on television. I bought my mother a car at the age of 3, turning to be 4.
Oh,
Yes, I bought her.
yes,
We were
that is
riding on the bus.
beautiful.
Yes. And
Oh,
so she just saw something in me that was special. And I studied with Mildred Kahn in
mhm.
Lamert Park, which is no longer there. Mildred Kahn
I do
Dance
remember
Studio.
Lamert Park. I
Yeah.
remember that name. Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. And so I studied with Mildred Kahn, and she was an amazing teacher and an amazing instructor. And
Mhm.
then one thing just led to another. And for me, for dance, I don't know about you, it was life. It was
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
When we were dancing, it was
Living.
like we lived dance. We woke up, we had to work because we had to make money. And
Yes.
then it turned into, okay, I gotta pay for my dance lessons, and I gotta
Yeah.
pay for my acting and all of that, right? And then we started meeting people. Like I met you, and we
Yeah.
started meeting Alpha Anderson and Chester
Yeah.
Whitmore and all these wonderful choreographers. So the whole world just, it just opened up for
Opened
us.
up
You know,
for you. Yeah. And I remember when we were at the Palace. Was that the first time I met you? I'm challenging my brain here.
I
I
don't
believe.
know, because you and I were auditioning a lot too. Don't
Yes, I
forget.
remember we went on multiple
Yeah.
auditions,
So
and
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I remember trying to work out harmonies really quick, like really fast, like 5 minutes before we walk in.
And I always
And it,
looked up to you, and we never were in competition with one another. And I
no, I think that's
aspired
beautiful.
to dance like you, because you were just one of the most magnificent, like, dancers that I had ever met in my life. I had never seen somebody dance like that before. And we were blessed because not only did we not, we did street dance, but we
Yeah,
had learned how to do ballet, jazz,
that's
everything
right.
in order to make a living.
That's right. Absolutely right. Now, you said you talked about Mildred Kahn, correct?
Hmm.
As far as teaching, was she a jazz teacher or was she just a
Ballet.
ballet? Okay.
My
There.
background is ballet. That's what and it
Wow.
wasn't, toe or anything like that, but
Mhm.
my background was in ballet. And
Wow.
when I hooked up with Chester Whitmore and Alpha Anderson, Alpha became more street. That's when
Mhm.
I got introduced to more street dancing. And I had already, worked with David Terrell break dancing. I was a break dancer. And
Terrell, now
look,
give me a little bit of information on him. I'm not familiar.
oh,
Terrell.
David, he's a street dancer. And
Mhm.
he taught me how to break dance. And
Really?
yeah, so break dancing, and then, getting introduced to Pop and Pete, and gosh, all the greats, you know
Still
what I
going?
mean? Just
Yes. I'm trying to
everything.
get him on the show. Pete, if you're out there, we're trying to get you over here. Come
Yeah.
on,
Well,
bro.
what it was like for us, we just wanted, like I said earlier, we just wanted to dance. That's all we wanted
Yeah.
to do. And when we realized we can make some money, it was like,
Mhm.
okay, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Putting it two and two together because I find when I was coming up, it was almost like two different worlds, your work world and then your play world. And dancing was play for me. I mean, that
It
was
was
just my
so much.
heart. It was everything that I wanted to do at the time. And it was almost free, like no restrictions. It was almost like whatever you wanted to create, you could do it,
Yes.
back then. And with
Yes.
us, because we're technically trained,
Yes.
I think it added a different element to the street dancing because I
Yes.
know I've affected other street dancers by going, you know what, bend down and touch your toes. You'll get a little more stretch. Your range of motion will be a little bit bigger if you
Mhm.
start stretching and looking within and breathing. And they're
Yeah.
like looking at me on this lady's crazy. But then later on, they would pick it up and go, you know what,
Mhm.
I'm doing it because you
Mhm.
have to have a vast amount of talent to be able to do the things that we've done. Okay, so
Exactly.
we've talked about the stunt doubling. Now, have you actually acted in the movies
Yeah,
back then?
that's my
Okay.
background. I started off as an actress, and yes, you know, I just decided that instead of trying to do so much, let me stick to one thing. And so I just stuck with stunts.
Yeah.
However, fast forward to today, with
Mhm.
over 400 feature films, television shows, and commercials on.
Oh, that
Now my
many.
Yeah. Now my focus is acting. I'm
Yes.
really focusing on my craft of acting, and a lot of people don't know me as an actress, but I was Nikki on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've won
Okay.
awards on Keenan and Kale for an episode that I did with Keenan and Kale. I've been on Criminal Minds. So, yes,
Yeah.
I have done some acting, and that's the direction that I'm going with my new management, TLCE
You
Management. And so,
TLC.
TLCE Management. And I'm so excited to even have somebody have an interest in my career. And not
Yeah.
only am I a mentor, but I also have mentors. And what I love about being a mentor, which is so important for young people, is that oftentimes you, as the mentor who are mentoring the mentee, they become your mentor.
Exactly right, because you start learning all over again and picking up things you didn't pick up the first time, and you're going, okay, I'm teaching, but you're still putting into yourself,
Exactly.
pouring into yourself by teaching, and I love that. I forgot to say this when wonderful Billy Goodson was on the show. He was the
Oh,
one who told me he was here. He was on the show,
oh,
fantastic show, and wonderful man, still the same,
yeah,
happy and
love
uh,
that.
good energy. But he
Yeah.
told me, he said one day after a class that I took from him, he said, Boogie, if you just learn to give it away, you know,
That's good.
I, it took me a minute to understand what he was trying to say. He said, when you give it away, that's your freedom.
Wow.
That when you give it away, don't
Yeah.
charge everybody. You just give it away, and it'll come back to you. And
Yes.
that's the times that I progress the most in life, I believe. So thank you very much, Billy Goodson, for telling me that good
Yeah.
stuff, because it did stick with me and
Yes.
kept me. Yep, absolutely.
For
All
sure. Most
right,
definitely.
I want to say a shout out to your management company and tell them to please put you on screen so we can see you, and
Yeah.
lots of movies. I mean, just keep chugging them out, girl. You know what I
I'm
mean?
I'm on it, sister.
You're,
I always thought of us as twins.
I
That's what
know.
I'm like. That's my twin. Okay.
We
You
could have
were
been
a
sisters.
you were a dancing somebody, and I used to just look at
Oh,
you and marvel at the way that you moved
oh,
your body and the way that your techniques and everything that you would bring to the table was just so, and you were always so nice. You
yeah,
never
too
had a
sometimes.
meanness about you. You were stern, but
Yeah.
you were nice, just a sweetheart.
Oh,
And I
thank
appreciate that because
and
you don't want to be in competition with other people who you're auditioning with, who
yeah,
you're seeing. I saw you on a regular basis. Let's be
right,
clear.
right.
We
Yeah,
were
we were
on
so cool. We're
we were
actually sisters, you know what I mean? Really. I mean,
yeah.
when I saw you, it was just like we picked up where we left off.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure.
it was fun. I mean, it's too bad we don't have pictures from you, from
Take
back then
a
of when
look. I might, because you were on a lot of. Did you do CB4 with Chris Rock? Were you in that? The dancers that were dancing in that? Okay,
no,
because I
no,
don't
no,
think I
no.
did some of the movies that you did. You danced in a lot of the what was it? The breaking and the
Yeah,
popping and all those movies, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I absorbed more street after
Yeah.
I got the scholarships and the professional. I
Uh-huh.
just kind of absorbed street dancing because it expressed more of what I felt at the time.
Mm,
More bold, more,
mm,
just out there, more
yeah.
power,
And
than
what
battle.
music amazing at that time? The
Yeah.
music was just the
Okay.
music.
Do you find it a little bit
Mm.
interesting, the music and how it makes you move nowadays, or if it
To
makes you move at
me,
all?
to me, this is just my opinion. To
Hmm.
me, the music during this time is more of a pulsation of a brain control, a mind control, and it's not that free spirited, that bass pumping, hard feeling, set yourself free. I mean,
Right.
when we danced, we were set free. And when we went home, we felt good. We'd have our
Right.
back. Remember Marvin Columbus?
Oh my
Marvin.
goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who
I
wants to go next?
say
Gerardo
what?
and Marvin.
Oh, awesome. Those are my buddies. I love
I
them. They're so
know. And
sweet.
so sweet still. So doing good. And you know what? I was amazed at how much they still look the exact same as they used to. You know what? Dancing does something for people. I believe
Yes.
it makes them like, younger in spirit and body.
Yes.
I guess because they're constantly moving and
Yes.
letting the body flow. The
Yes. And
energy flow.
me and Mark would hit that dance floor and I would just forget about everything. I would oh, and I just miss those times of fun.
I do.
I don't even know if the young people nowadays are getting to experience what we did with the club life. We had a safe place that we could go to. There were no shootings. We would just go have a good time. We
Yeah.
helped each other. We gave each other rides. We let each other sleep on each other's sofas. We stayed at each other's houses. I let somebody borrow clothes if they needed to,
Right.
whatever.
See, there you go. That's exactly how it was back then. There was no weird stuff. You know what I
No,
mean? Everybody
none.
trusted everybody and it was good. And if anybody tried to talk to us girls or step to us girls, oh heck no. The guys would be standing there going, what you talking to my sister for? You know what I mean? Like, what's up with that? They would not let people get close to us because if we started feeling uncomfortable, yeah, that instinct would come in like, hey, this is our crew. What are
You
you
know who
talking
was
about?
my
You
daddy? Alpha. Alpha was my daddy.
know?
Alpha Anderson and Deputy. Oh, and Lionel. Oh, don't do anything wrong. Because they would pull me to the side and say, what are you doing? Who are you talking? Why are you talking to him? I'm like, oh my God.
That's so funny because, yeah, he was like a father figure. And I remember I didn't dance at the palace as long as everybody else did, but I
Mhm.
remember maybe 2, 3 weeks to work, I was there and it was magical.
It's
April, I
so
look back on those clips and I'm going, wow, look at all the choreography. Look at how wonderful. And I can see the flame in the choreography too. I can
oh, I
see her move
love Flame.
and those guys, blending their styles together. It was magic. I thought it was really beautiful, really, really good magic, that place. I don't think there
I
was any other like the palace.
No, none other. There was not. No. And now,
Yeah.
you got Vegas and all the like that. But that was a trend setting. We opened up for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Prince was there. So many artists that we opened up for. Cat Glover, rest in peace. I miss her so much. I can
Oh,
believe she's
bless-
gone. Uh
yeah. Yeah. She was
just
coming on the show. Oh,
unbelievable. Just
yeah.
just
Life is
that's why
precious.
we have to make every day count in our lives. Every
Thank you.
day has to count. Every
Thank
single
you.
day has to count.
Say
And
it.
I've made it my choice now that when I wake up, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna do something that makes me happy. And lately I've just been smiling. I've just
Right.
been
Don't let
smiling. Just
you
been
off your square, right? Don't let anything take you off your square. Somebody
no.
might be sour at the grocery store, but you don't carry that with you. You let it go. You let it flow. And you keep
Hello.
your peace. It's a fight.
Yes.
You got to keep your peace,
Yes.
because everything out there is trying to break you down. But you said it. That's the key. When you wake up in the morning, we have a choice.
A choice.
Either you're going to wake up on the wrong side of the bed, stub your toe, and then have a really miserable morning, and that leads to a miserable afternoon
No,
and
we're
evening.
not doing that. No, we're
You
not
know,
doing that.
you know what, toe? You're going to heal, and it's hurting, but I'm going to have a happy day.
That part. That part.
I'm going to have a
And
good
I
day
just
anyway.
wanted to say to anybody that's looking to get in the stunt industry, this is a perfect time for them to get into the stunt industry as well
Beautiful.
as acting. This is a perfect time because there's so many opportunities, not just for television and feature films and all the like, but even behind the scenes, makeup, hair, wardrobe, grip,
Yes,
electrician,
yes.
producer, director, all of that. Anything that a person may want to do, the opportunities are wide open. Is it easy? Sometimes. Is it hard? Sometimes. But it's your
Yes.
mindset. And when you make up your mind to say, I am going for this, I am going to do this, I am going to be a success, then guess what happens? You're a success.
Hmm. What happened? Thank you so much for saying that because that is what is the meat of this world and our lives. It's about getting to the point. Don't let
Mhm,
anybody take you off your square and
mhm.
always wake up and try to make that goodness last throughout your whole day. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And never
And this is
compete with
a tough
people.
industry. This
I
is a tough,
said that right. There, you
this
can't
is,
compete with other people in this
mhm.
industry. You have compete with yourself. If you do better than you did yesterday, you're doing good. But the minute you compete with other people, you start, yeah, it's
And
you're going towards the wrong direction.
train, train. If you're
Yeah,
lacking in an area, like when we were dancing, if we were lacking in an area, what did we do? We went and we trained and we got with, like I studied in New York. I studied with Frank Hatchett. I went and
mm,
studied and I found acting coaches that I wanted to study with. Chip
right.
Fields,
You better
very
yourself.
fun.
Yes,
Yeah, I just kept bettering myself. I didn't give up. You just don't give up. Don't give up. Don't
you
give
sis.
up.
Thank you so
Keep
much. You
going.
hear that? Don't give up. Keep going. Because eventually it's going to crack, and you're going to, get what you want, the blessings that you want. But you got to keep going, and you got to
And
keep that.
the more skills, like with stunts, it's scuba certification, martial arts, stunt driving, fighting,
Wow.
learning how to be in front of the camera angles. There's just so much that you got to do. And like I said earlier, we now have the Marvel universe. We have
Yes.
Disney. We had it then, but it's not like what it was.
No. Or really showing, the talent of people. Who's this? Hello from Germany. Hi,
Hi,
Germany.
Germany. We love
Hi.
you, Germany. I love
He says
Germany.
they agree with us. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
I love
Thank you so
Germany. I
much.
lived in Germany. Yes, I love
Did
Germany.
you really? What
Yes.
now? How is it out there?
Oh,
How is
it was
it compared to
beautiful,
America?
but well, Germany's nice. I was there when the wall was still up. So, yeah,
Really?
yeah, but it was nice.
It was nice. Now
It
the
was nice.
people were nice. Is
Oh,
there are
wonderful. Wonderful
really?
people. Yes. And they drive
You
so fast.
re-
It's like, oh my God, I'm gonna die on this road. Help me, Jesus. They drive so fast.
Girl, wait, when we went to Japan, that scared me. Getting in a cab with the Japanese because the roads are so small and thin and they're just flying and I'm like going, "Oh no, I had to close my eyes." Because he was going fast and I thought he was going to hit several people, but
Yeah,
they just like the back of their hand,
I know. And
city,
remember when
but
we were in Japan, how we would walk everywhere? Literally, we
yes.
would we would walk like 10 miles and then 10
I
miles
know.
back. We didn't even know. We were like, oh, this
Where
is
did all that
nice.
energy
Looking all
go? Yeah. Okay, but
what
wait
a
a minute.
life we've had.
Our schedule though. Okay, our schedule, we would get up in the well, not get up in the morning, but we would get up for the show. Do a show, April, right? A full-on show. And these shows were not small shows there. They were like 90 minutes long.
Come on.
90 minutes show, leave, go change, maybe freshen up a little bit, take a shower, put on some fresh clothes, go out
Come-
dancing all night long.
Yes.
And then get home early in the morning, take a little
Yes.
bit of a nap, go back and do another show. It was crazy. What? I was like, I
So
wish
I
I
was
had that stamina still.
who were you with? I was with Junko Yagami Junko,
Okay,
and they
see,
would fly us
I
in.
saw you,
Who were you there with?
Hiroko.
You
Hiroko,
yes, okay, da da da.
because
April.
I just saw a clip of you. You showed me a clip, and I'm like, oh, there I am, but it was you. We look so much alike, and they dressed us alike. You know what I mean? I
You're
did not
actually
know in that show you did a little solo in the front. Remember? We were trying to make sure everybody had like equal amount of time on stage, and I'm like going, "Oh, look at me go! I don't remember that part. It's
there's
you."
so
I'm
much
so
that like
bro.
just talking to you, I remembering certain things. That's why I was telling you, in writing my memoirs, that I need to
Yeah.
really sit and talk with you. Like we just need to have a
Okay.
conversation because there's some things I just don't remember. And I remember when Junko paid us, honey, boom, that check, those checks were like everything. Remember that? Hiroko?
Okay. I remember when we did. Yeah, Hiroko. They. Okay. I have to be honest. A couple of times they tried not to pay us all of our money.
What?
So I was the choreographer. So I was like, wait a minute. I went up and it was only like maybe $37 each, but that adds up.
It
And
does.
we had $37 for food and, to support ourselves while we're over there. So everybody's looking at me. So I said, I'll handle it. And I went and I talked to the gentleman. I was like, listen, you have to be completely fair with us because we were completely fair with you. We give you all of our energy, all of our strength. Dancers are like unsung heroes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
And we
people
did our
think
own contracts too.
they believe they
We
can just,
wrote our own contracts. Remember that?
yeah, That's right. That isn't that something? Nowadays they get a whole different contract from me.
Yeah, you have to sign an NDA now. You have to sign an
Right.
NDA. But see, I didn't really get messed with my money when it came to my money
Yeah, that
because
was always on my mind.
I'm a little gangster a little bit when it comes to that.
You. Thank you. So you handled it in the beginning. But see, this is the thing. They will agree in the beginning, and then as things go and their money gets tight, or they, put it over here a little bit or that over there for the project, it's like the dancers are the first ones to get their money snatched, and it's not cool. You
Oh,
have to stay on top of that exchange, the foreign exchange
oh
rate,
yeah,
and
yeah,
stay on top of exactly what you're making because kids
yeah.
get over there, the younger ones, and they want to have fun. They, of course, have fun, but count your money and be about your business because if you're not, nobody else will. And
That's
they will
right.
start you short. Pretty soon they'll just give you $100 check and go, here, this is just for now. We'll get you back.
No.
But you get it straight up
Mhm.
front. Right, Queen? Get it
Yes.
straight up
Yes.
front.
Don't play. Don't play. That's the thing. Don't play with my money. I don't believe in that. Don't play
Right.
with something that's my craft. That's my art. It's my life. It's what I do. So please don't do that. Don't disrespect me like that.
Right. See, that's what it is. It's a disrespect. I remember working on a video, April, and I don't think too many people know this, but I was working with a particular artist, and they were my close person, right? They were close to me. And this artist had the dancers try to get together and say, we're not getting paid enough, like, mutiny. And I'm like in the middle. I'm like going, well, she's my close, almost family like, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dancer, but I didn't know where I fit in. It was an interesting situation.
Mm.
Dancers had
Yeah,
all got together. They were saying they were going to do this and they were going to ask for more money and demand all this stuff. And I'm like going, they should be blessed that we're even working. You
I
know what I
know.
mean?
I
Them
know.
like 2 weeks, they weren't doing anything. So what makes you know what I mean? The arrogance got a hold of them, but all the dancers were all together and I felt so bad. So I
Mm.
prayed about it first, girl. And then I
Yeah.
went to the artist. I let her know, what was going on. And it saved them, the artists, so much trouble because I
Yes.
did something. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I was honest about it, and nobody could deny it. So all the dancers were like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what, you are right. He got us going. He got the fire up under us. We don't get paid enough, and everybody's like, yeah, pitchforks. And I'm like going, wait, hold on a second. You weren't working yesterday, so you're working
Yeah.
today. Thankful for it,
We were
and
trailblazers. We were trailblazers
right,
in the area of dance because you and I, Carla Earl, oh, I can't think of everybody. Leslie Seeger. I'm starting to think of a lot of names right now, but we were the
oh,
ones that made it possible for dancers who danced in video to get paid properly in television shows, movies, and commercials. And people don't know that about us.
thank
We were
you.
the ones that opened the doors back then so that the dancers now can get what they are getting.
Thank
And a lot of
you.
people don't know that. They don't
Yes,
know. We went through
so
a lot. We went through in those back rooms and stuff. Oh, we
yeah.
went through some negotiations. We went through some
Yeah,
stuff.
unsung heroes, man. And dancers work very, very hard. You know what I
Very.
mean? It looks so simple and so easy and so like they're having the time of their life, but we're thinking while we're
Yeah.
doing those things, and
Oh,
we have to make sure that everything is on point, on count. We look fine. Everything has to come together just right.
it's our
We
craft. It's
are,
what we do. It represents us.
yes,
I
keep
love
that
you
on
so much.
straight.
I'm so glad you had me on your show.
Oh, April, it's been a pleasure. I know that you have lots to do, but we want to say a shout out to you and your family, your friends, loved ones, and thank you so much for them supporting you because they're upholding you so that we can all see you,
Thank you.
and
I
take a
love
part of
you,
you
Boogie.
today. I
I love
love you too,
you.
sweetheart. Now, is there anything else you would like to promote? How can people get in touch with you?
The best way to get in touch with me is at official April Weeden on Instagram. That's the best way. At official
Okay.
April Weeden. Website coming soon, and also memoirs. I'm writing my memoirs, and there's going to be pre-sales available for that as well, but not just yet. And I haven't come
April.
up with a title just yet because
Okay.
I've been such a multifaceted individual that I just haven't come up with a title yet.
Yeah.
I can't. I My husband and I came up with one. I'm married to Bishop John White, and we have a church, and it's called Dominion Hilltop Ministries. And he came up with from stunt woman to first lady. But we'll see. I don't know.
Great.
Just yeah,
Hey, that might be a movie. You might
well,
want to write a script,
documentary.
put a, put a treatment together. Girl,
Girl, we got AI now, huh?
that's beautiful. I cannot wait to read your memoirs because your memoirs are going to be like my memoirs. You know what I mean? As far as the same kind of path, you know what I mean? The same type of people, and I just wish you all the best.
And
We
I
all
wish you
love
the
you very
best too,
much.
and ever change. You just keep getting better, sister, because you are
You
so
too. Look
amazing.
at you. You look fantastic, honey.
You do
People
too.
would,
Look at you.
would not guess our age.
I
Let's keep
know.
it that way.
5.
All right, sweetheart. We're going to say goodbye. And I don't know where Stu is. I think he's got a little bit of a cold, but we're going to say
Okay.
goodbye, Stu. And thank you so much,
Bye,
April, for
Stu.
joining us. And
Okay, love
please
you.
speak with Gerardo and Marvin,
When is that
Columbus,
show?
everybody.
When is that show gonna be?
That
When
is
is that?
going to be the week of Thanksgiving. It's going to be the Sunday of Thanksgiving
Okay.
from 2
All
to 3. Yep, from 2 to 3 o'clock. Okay, so
right.
come
Okay,
back
love
and see our
you.
homies. All right,
Okay.
love you too, April. You might want
Adios.
to say hello.
I will.
Okay.
Adios.
All right, love. Mwah.
Love you. Mwah.
Peace. All right. Okay. Let's see.